Well, hello, welcome back. If everybody could find a seat, we're going to get started. We are live on Facebook, so we are not waiting. I'm sure there are people all over the world watching us. Okay. It's good to see everybody back. Here we are again. Can you imagine a more impactful job? Everybody get it? Because I'm high impact practices? Thank you. So today I have the honor of bringing up a couple of our outstanding students who have won our Faculty Scholars Scholarship. I would have to say this is probably the highlight of the president's speech, no offense. Every year, we love to hear from these students. I would like to share, I believe, I'm not sure if my math is right because I'm English faculty, but I think this is our 9th year of giving these scholarships, and I just want to say a big, heartfelt thank you to all of you for everything, reviewing, donating, taking part in it. It's been a great journey. And so, with that being said, I would like to just mention that next year's the 10th year. Wouldn't it be cool if we were able to give even more money? Right now, we have the Cozy Matching Scholarship Fund. So every dollar that's donated gets matched through the foundation. And I think that is something we should take advantage of if you can. And Teresa Cantwell and Scott Dennis are outside the doors with these forms. It's a payroll reduction. It is a payroll reduction, let's call it what it is. Deduction. And so even $1, $5 gets doubled. And if everybody, could do that, it would be fantastic. So without any more talking from me, because who cares? I would like to bring up our first scholar who has lots of family here to share with this exciting honor. Her mom came all the way from California. And so just know what you're doing matters, and we're excited to have her. So our first speaker is Lori Roberts.
Good morning. It's an honor to be here. So I'm going to read my speech and try to get through the whole thing without crying. As one of the recipients of the Faculty Scholar Award, I would like to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to the faculty for your support and for believing in me, as well as investing in education by awarding me this prestigious scholarship. While growing up the youngest of 3 children, both my parents had skilled occupations. Although they encouraged all of us to have a higher education, only my sister completed college and graduate school. Both my brother and I did not finish high school, and that had a big impact on my employment and earning capacity. In my early years, I was a poor student who struggled with special learning needs. My teachers thought that I would not be a successful student, and their message was clear that I would not account for much. After high school, I did go on to earn my GED. The education seed was planted. As I was handed my diploma, I vividly remember the words spoken to me: "You are too smart not to have a formal education." During high school, I took vocational courses to learn clerical trade skills. These skills enabled me to work for some large corporations, working my way up from the mailroom to executive offices. I worked with college-educated executives who knew my potential and who would encourage me to go back to school to receive a formal education. Over the past few years, I attended classes at PPCC, allowing me to advance my education while working part-time and raising my 2 children. I had the opportunity to work at the city attorney's office and fell in love with the law. Afterwards, I experienced some life changes, which led me to enroll in the paralegal program here at PPCC. My plan is to earn my Associates of Applied Science degree and work at the district attorney's office. Receiving this award will allow me to complete my education and serve as a role model of the importance of education. I would also like to mentor other students who are going back to school to complete their degrees. Studying at PPCC has been both a privilege and a joy. My college experiences thus far have surpassed all my expectations. The same student who struggled through elementary school and was told that I would never get to college is now a successful student and a Faculty Scholar Award recipient. While attending PPCC, I have learned to be an active participant in my education and in my life. As an officer in the Paralegal Leadership Club, I have organized a high school outreach program to educate students about career opportunities as a paralegal, and have helped launch a mentoring platform built into the paralegal degree program. These influences and this scholarship have inspired me to give back to help other PPCC students achieve their goals. The confident woman who stands before you today, accepting this award, does not resemble the uncertain and aimless woman who walked onto the PPCC campus years ago. Today, I have direction, meaning, and purpose. I cannot thank the PPCC staff, my mentors like Scott Dennis in scholarships for his endless support, and Professor Bracci, Professor DeVoe, and Professor Chase enough for their time, investment, and commitment in helping me to succeed. And also my family for putting up with me when school is in session. That's a big one. In closing, I would like to acknowledge the faculty at Pikes Peak Community College for their generosity, kindness, and the honor that you have bestowed upon me today. With all my heart, I say a sincere thank you.
Okay. Our next speaker, Erica Lancaster.
Good morning. How are you guys? My name is Erica, and I want to start off by saying it is an honor and a privilege to accept this year's Faculty Scholar Scholarship. I want to thank the faculty committee for offering me this opportunity. Actually, when I received this email from Joellen, I thought it was spam, so I'm glad I didn't delete it. The funds available from this scholarship, along with the addition of the merit scholarship I received, will allow me to endow my focus and efforts on education without the crippling fear of financial instability I, like many independent financial students, face when putting school above it all. I also want to thank my boyfriend for his love and support throughout this journey. Without him, I'd probably still be at my dead-end job, pining away at what I could have been. Now, I've never given a speech outside of presenting to my dogs and my boyfriend, let alone revealing skeletons in my closet to a room full of strangers and acquaintances. However, in light of the stipulations for receiving this scholarship, I'm going to put my best foot forward and try not to trip. My story embodies the essence of life, roadblocks and perseverance we all must endure to make it to the next phase in our lives. As a child growing up, I didn't belong. I wasn't lovable, and the world, I felt, would be better off without me. I excelled academically, but found myself suspended through uncontrolled rage I presented to other students, specifically boys. I was bullied by students and their parents. I was the young girl that was told I was going to drop out and be pregnant at the age of 16. On top of that, my home was a war zone. The only emotion well represented within the confined walls was violence and anger. The circumstances of my upbringing left a gaping hole in my chest that at first I tried to manage with an eating disorder, but then found alcohol and drugs at the age of 13. This is so awkward. This lifestyle became a means to an end, and I put myself into dangerous situations to feed my addiction. I dropped out of high school as a senior, but with enough credits to be considered a sophomore. Instead of repeating a year or two to catch up, I decided to roll in PPCC in 2011. I tried to attend and keep my head on straight, but at that time, education was far from interest. So on the road I went. Flash forward 2 years, at the age of almost 21, I was arrested and charged with 3 misdemeanors and 1 felony. This led me to the drug court program in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I either take the plea deal and get sober or face prison. 8 years into this self-destructive cycle had only left me with a garbage bag of clothes in the streets to lay my head. I was broken and ready to surrender. But with any addiction, quitting is not that simple. Each tormented relapse, followed with strangers in dark places, got me that much closer to sobriety. I spent a cumulative time of 1 year incarcerated and another year in rehabs and sober homes. At the age of 23, I graduated from the program with dismissed charges and 2 years clean from heroin and meth. I stand before you as a survivor of sexual, physical, and mental abuse, a survivor of homelessness, and a survivor for myself. When I graduated the drug court program, I obtained an old optician job I once had before everything hit the fan back in 2013. Although this job was a blessing in every way, I knew my purpose was not being met. I didn't just escape the grips of hell to return to the day-to-day grind of corporate work. I wanted to help people in need of support and care, and not take their money. And there it was, my father's death in 2016. Through a series of tragic events, my dad died due to the ill care of medical professionals. I understand everyone is human and makes mistakes, but I never wanted anyone's family to witness the lack of care brought upon their loved one by medical staff. I received my GED at the age of 24, and after paying off the debt I accumulated at PPCC in 2011, I enrolled in hopes of becoming a registered nurse. My first day back in school felt like the first day of kindergarten. Everything was shiny and new. I missed the smell of books and the overwhelming presence of accomplishments yearning through the class. The impossible had become possible for me. Pikes Community College allows for students like me to get a second chance at a future. I left the optical world and joined student government as executive secretary last semester, which gave me the opportunity for the first time to not only fly in a plane, but to see California. I've been inducted into Phi Theta Kappa and received my CNA certification this summer. In the 3 semesters accomplished here at PPCC, I have transformed from any derogative label that replaced my name into everything I was always set out to be. At the moment, I work full-time as a CNA at a nursing home. It is extremely tough working full-time while trying to maintain a 4.0 GPA to obtain that seat in the nursing program. But what I have learned through my journey and the trenches and mountains I've climbed, if there is a will, there is a way. My dream when I do become a registered nurse is to work out of the country with a nonprofit organization like Doctors Without Borders, or the Peace Corps, or even a Native American reservation, where the crimes against women and drug alcohol use are crippling to the community. A power greater than myself lifted me out of the dark pit I burrowed into, and Pikes Peak Community College provides me with the tools to construct a life I once imagined. So I want to thank you guys so much for allowing me this opportunity and helping me grow in my educational journey, and the faculty and staff for their support. And thank you for being my first audience I've ever given a speech to. Thank you.